So I was browsing Reddit and I found this thing, and I want to make it. So let's see how this goes. Before we get started, I invite you to check out the links below. Follow me here. Follow me on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, whatever suits you. Uh, so this is the puzzle I found. Fortunately, I was walk through the puzzle first. It's the numbers 0 through 9, and you can arrange them as a puzzle in this little grid. And I've got a 3D printer. I feel like I can make it. Doesn't look that complex to design. Um, and whoever made this didn't post the source. So, see what we can do. Cool. So, let's see what do we got. So I'm looking for details. It looks like every single number can fit. Basically, if I make the 8, I think everything else works. So from the 8, I can make everything else. And then it'll fit in this thing. And once it fits into that thing, then I can design the case and then it should be done. Cool. So let's see what we can do. Oh, okay, cool. So I'm going to have to eyeball these things. And I'm wondering what we can use as a reference. It feels. Oh, the 4 is actually interesting. It looks like this square is there, and it's diagonal out to the edge. Let's see what we can do with that. So let's start with a square. I think for first pass, let's just assume that everything 1 millimeter squared. Sorry, 10 centimeters squared sounds like a good starting point. And so if I draw the 8 first, I can kind of just everything else can be uh, formed from the 8 because it feels like everything else in here fits within the 8 except for no, even 0 looks like it is. It's a little weird, but yeah. So let's see. Okay, so 8. Actually, don't want to draw this square on the origin. Want it up here, and we want it down here. Cool. And then I'm going to also guess that the distance between them is 10. Oop. And that they are centered. Let me go. This is hopefully also 10. And this is 10. Oh, over defined. So fully defined means everything is there's no ambiguity in this sketch, which is confusing because I don't think I made these equal, but somehow it knows that that's 10. So that's fine. Assuming if I increase this and the distance of the one below down here is also going to increase. Nope, it just slides up. Huh. Oh, these lines are all messed up. Weird. Oh, no. Okay. So between that and that makes sense. Okay. Cool. And it looks like this line up here is also the same as this line, same as that line. So we can start by drawing them, which I'm going to assume that it's also 10 millimeters up. I'm going to assume that's at 45. Comes down, indents there. Back it out. Gosh, I'm hoping SolidWorks likes to add these things called relations, which makes everything easier. But when it doesn't, when it adds them when you don't want them, it can get a little annoying. And it doesn't seem to want to connect. There we go. Cool, cool, cool. Ooh. Got a little sloppy at the end. So these angles should all be 45. That's incorrect. There we go. That already knows it's 90. That's cool. That already knows it's 45. All right, cool. This already knows it's 10. Perfect. That one down below does not know it's 10 though. Actually, this sketch is going to be very annoying if I'm off with these numbers, I suspect. I'm going to assume that looks like it's 10. Cool. Oh, interesting. So these are collinear. These are collinear. What defines this line that comes in? I don't know the dimensions of that. We know these. Cool. Ooh, okay. Okay, we're getting somewhere. We know that actually this line here should be midpoint. Cool. Trying to figure out what gives us a hint of. This feels like this kind of diamond-looking shape. Which I can figure out the dimensions of that. I think everything else falls into place. Okay, so it looks like this actually, I think, is the midpoint of this line down here. Let's see how this goes. And this needs to be at a 45 from this line. Okay. I think I got it. These are still undefined. Everything else, okay. Now it's just these guys. Which I feel like, no, that's definitely not what it is. What is this indentation here? It's got to be. All right, so if 9. Oh, yes. Okay. So 9 would be this line right here, which means this triangle is the same as this triangle. So what can we make? This line and this line are equal, and that, no. This line and this line are equal. Oh gosh, what is this? Just totally incorrect. But it's fully defined. Is that our 8? Could it be? Oh my gosh. Okay, so 2 millimeters? No. 3, 4, 5 millimeters feels good as a puzzle size. Oh my gosh, that might be our number 8. So let's call this numbers puzzle. And this is our number 8. So what number would be best to do next? See if any of this makes sense. Let's see what he puts it in. He puts in 0 first. I kind of wanted to do that last. Wow, okay, he moves fast. So 0, 7. Let's take a crack at 0. Okay, so now as we do these, we're just going to cut away this 8 that we have, and hopefully everything will just be a perfect version of this 8. Or everything will originate from this 8. So 0 looks like this gets filled in, this hole gets cut out. Okay, so let's start with the filling in, because everything else gets removed. Cool. So let's go the other way and go up to next. All right. So this, okay, so now we're doing cuts. Okay, so it looks like we're going down. Oh, and we're cutting out. Okay, so this doesn't actually make any sense. Let's go like this. Okay, so I wonder if that actually just, so 90 plus 45 makes it, cool. If I make these equal, this should actually define, it should be exactly the same. Whoop. There. Okay. Having some trouble clicking. There we go. And that should be coincident with that and that. Hopefully, if I measure this, 7.07, hopefully this is 7.07. Perfect. Cool, cool, cool. Alright. So, let's actually continue this sketch. I'm going to bring it down to here. Here. I think that's it. If we make that an extruded cut, that should give us the shape we want. Sick. Okay. So let's go back up to 8. We'll save this as, let's go 1. Oh no, we want 7 next, right? Because that was the next one he puts in. Yeah, it is 7 next. Okay. So I guess we'll make 1 real quick. 1 actually just looks pretty easy, which is, feels like does this, but then maybe back up. Let's go 7. We'll come back to that. All right, so 7 cuts back in. Hmm, there we go. Okay. Okay, so 7 keeps that square. Oop. So 7's gonna get rid of this. Guess we're gonna fill that in. Actually, let's fill that in first. Cool. Now, cool. Actually, take away most of this. Do, 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 do. I think it's up into the midpoint and then in and around. And we're going to go halfway down. That's going to need some work. Ooh. Okay, so as I showed before, these should be equal. Is that it? No, I don't buy that. Collinear with what? Oh, with this line. Well, I guess that does make sense. Oh, no, we want extruded cut. Cool. 7. All right, so let's make an assembly. Okay, so, no. So if we start by rotating this, let's see. Should have done this the other way around. Let's actually fix this, float this, that can move around, and that can be our starting point now. Okay. No, ugh. Let's float that. Can we? I want to rotate this 9 degrees, and I'm not actually sure how to do that. Interesting. Okay. Okay, what if we do this? If we make these parallel. Oh, woof. No. No. Front plane? Dang it. It's this plane. Yeah, there we go. Cool. Perfect. And then top plane and this surface. Bring it up to the other side. Cool. And then if we fix this, actually just bring it back to the last plane. Bring these, and now it is not going anywhere. And that is our starting point. Cool. So 7 goes in flat next. Cool. Oh, I totally did the O backwards. Okay, so that's fine. I think. Okay. Do do that and then flip it. Cool. And then last bit, top surface, and this. And that's our starting point. And now, right, we should get rid of these mates. And it should actually be the other surface. Cool. And then, not quite the surface I wanted to grab. That looks like the beginning of a puzzle. Sick. Okay, so one next. Okay, so let's open 8. Wait, did I finish one? Okay, so 1 looks like a cut in here and then just straight down. Okay. Cool. That should be... Looks like the number 1. Alright, hold on 1 second. I just need to send a quick text message. Alright, sorry about that. Okay, so back to it. So now... Oh gosh. Sure. This is not going to end well. Ugh. Yeah, I felt like that was going to happen. This puzzle's actually something in SolidWorks. Okay, y'all should... Okay. There we go. Cool. Okay. Okay, so 1 is done. 5 and 2 are the same. That's awesome. Was that 2 we actually brought in? It was 5. Oh, no, it wasn't 5. Oh, it was 9. Whoops. Okay, well, since 2 and 5 are the same, let's just do that real quick. Okay, so 2 comes in at the midpoint. And then we want to get rid of everything. I think just from there to there. And then I think the same on the other side. Yeah. Cool. Alright, so let's actually do 9 this time. so what does 9 look like? 9, just diagonal in, and then back out. Oh, 9 does look a little off-centered, kind of weird. Sorry. One moment, please. Cool, cool. Alright. So 9 is done. Alright, so 9 comes in right here. Three is next. Okay, so 3, I think it's the diagonal in here. And then back out, back in, back out. Cool. Oh, yeah, I figured that might cause an issue. Curious if I can do this all in one drawing. I don't know why I feel like that's gonna be an issue. Oh, really? Interesting. No. And this? It doesn't. Hmm. Sometimes struggle to extrude all the things at once. I think if I do it from here, it will get them all. Yes? That feels like it did. More than one open contour. Okay, so I think I have to do this one at a time. Do this. Come on. Cool. That was weird. Okay. That's number 3, right? Yep. Oh, gosh. What did I save it as? I just turned my 8 into a 3. There we go. Cool. Alright, so 3 goes in next. Oops. Cool. What's after 3? 5. We already got 5. We got two. Oh gosh, where did that go? Interesting. Okay. So that actually flip this over. No, that's wrong. This one. Perfect. Then lastly, the surface and the surface. For next, all right. So for gonna need two peaks up top. So cutting this top section out. I think as I've learned off the last sketch, I'm gonna do this one at a time. Perfect. And then we're gonna cut out the whole bottom bit. Should be this. Yep. Cool. This should give us the number 4. Cool. Number 4. I think that goes up here. Yeah, cool. That's actually an interesting. How do I mate this? I guess this line and that line. Not face. Cool, that works. All right. What's next? 8. Already got the number 8. Surprisingly not open. Perfect. Perfect. Last number we're going to need to, so we need another 2, which needs to be flipped around. Perfect. And then I guess you make the number 6 and we're done. Save as copy. Yeah. Okay, 6 comes in on this side. And through here. Cool. And I think I just back up and that's it. I guess it would just, a 6 would be a 9. Same part. Oh well, almost done. It's a wonky looking 6. But it fits. Cool. Sick. That is pretty slick. Okay, so to make the case, we're going to want to measure. So it is 110. 110 by 90. Oop. Oh, I went center. That's why it didn't work. 110 by 90. All right, so that's the inner, which means we want to make this all for construction. Do a separate one. It's maybe 2 millimeters in thickness. Oop. And then we'll extrude that out by like 3 millimeters. Cool. And then we can do another sketch on top where if we make this one visible, convert some entities. Whoops. No. Do, 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 do. Cool. There we go. That's what we want. So now we can convert these, turn them into this sketch, and now we can extrude and we can make our case. Perfect. So I think it's 5 millimeters in thickness. Let's go 5 millimeters as well. I just noticed he rounded the corners. So we come back here and we measure. So the distance here is 14.14 millimeters. Or if we want a whole number, 10 millimeters. Where's case? Nope, that's not what I want. Not sure what happened. Did I not save it? Womp. Wait, but really, did I not just say what I was working on? Weird. Okay, here, let's save that. There we go. Alright, so if we go back to the original sketch, we're going to round the corners. Yes, so 10 on all sides. Chances this doesn't blow. Yeah, figure as much. Okay. So, I guess I need to do the same here. Yeah, there we go. Cool. I think those should be the dimensions I need. Let's see how totally off I was. Whoa. land it all. Perfect. Okay. So I think we're wrong side. Let's that side and that side. Okay. Perfect. And then this side and this side. And to make it actually flush in the box. Perfect. Oh. Ah. Sick. Sick. That's pretty cool. Um. Okay. Well, I guess that's a stream. Um. I invite you again. Please all check out my YouTube, Twitter, Instagram. Follow me on Twitch. Much appreciated. Would love to do these kind of things more often. Until next time, take care.